Hello class. This video is to talk about your midterm, which is going to be you drafting a complaint for a negligence issue. Under assignments, under the exam folder, there is a fact pattern, and there is also a submission link. First and foremost, read the fact pattern. It tells you exactly what you need, and it gives you the facts. Under course content, there are two sample complaints. One is a very basic one, an old complaint that I just cut some information out of, so you just have a basic kind of skeleton. The other one is a fully developed complaint that you can look at. Neither of these are perfect, but they do give you a good guideline for how to draft a complaint. The first complaint is, like I said, very basic, and as a part of it, what you're going to see is the top portion, which is considered the caption. It's going to show you how to structure that. For division, just put civil, because you don't have a specific division designation. But make sure you look at how that caption is formatted. If you look at both complaints, neither include language as a part of the caption that say jury trial demanded or demand for jury trial. However, that is a very common addition. You will see that demand at the end of complaint 2. But I would suggest that you put it under the division in the caption, because it must be clear, or else that right is waived as a part of a trial. Once you get beyond the caption, what you're trying to do in a complaint is provide notice of the allegations that you're making. It is referred to as a notice pleading. You do not need to allege every single fact that you know, but you must allege sufficient facts for each element of the offense. For example, we're talking about negligence, duty, breach, causation, damages. You must allege all 4 elements, and you must allege some facts that prove up those elements. Sometimes it's common sense that a store owner has a duty to ensure that the floors are clean of debris and water so they can be walked upon safely. But you should look through the fact pattern and see what facts you want to use. In addition, the fact pattern specifically says you must use a jurisdictional statement. The complaint 1, sample complaint 1, doesn't specifically mention a jurisdictional statement because, again, it's been chopped up. But the second complaint does. And if you're looking under jurisdiction and general allegations, it says this action, this is an action for damages in excess of $15,000, exclusive of costs, and that it also talks about the parties being residents of the county. So it's laying out the jurisdiction that the court would have. You can do this jurisdiction in 2 ways. You can pull a specific statute that gives jurisdiction, which is probably the easiest way to do it, or in some cases you can allege something called diversity jurisdiction, meaning the parties are from different states. You are going to need a statute. Let me say that again. You are going to need a statute. You can probably find it pretty easily with a Google search, Florida statute, jurisdiction, civil cases, or you can go on Westlaw and search it that way. But you need to have a statute, and you need to let the court know that it has jurisdiction over this case. So, you're going to establish jurisdiction, you're going to lay out the elements of the offense, which is negligence, and some facts that support those elements. If you look at complaint 1 and 2, both of them do this very well. You will then have a part of a prayer, what they refer to as a prayer at the end, where it says something like, "Wherefore plaintiff prays for the following relief." And then you will specifically allege what relief you are seeking. You do not have to have a specific dollar amount. The language that typically gets used is damages in excess of $25,000 or something along those lines. And then you are also going to put a section in demanding a jury trial, as you will see in sample complaint number 2. And then after that, of course, you have a signature block, which you'll leave open and available for your attorney. Complaints are different in different jurisdictions. They must always contain jurisdiction. and sufficient facts to demonstrate the elements. But they vary as far as format. Also, they all require some sort of demand for jury trial if you want that. But they vary by format, and they vary by depth as well, depending on where you're at and what court you're in. You can never go wrong going in too much depth within reason, but keep the facts short and sweet and simple. Another comment on the actual body of the complaint. It is best, if in doubt, to make sentences single fact or single subject. Party owns this business. Business is in this jurisdiction. The address of the business is X. The party lives at Y. Keep it single fact or single subject. You will see paragraph descriptions in sample complaint 2. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need to make sure that it is very clear, very crisp, and very easily understood. Your job here is to take these two sample complaints, use them in order to produce your own complaint. And I'm going to say it one more time. You must have jurisdiction. You must have facts supporting each element of the offense, and then you must have a demand for a jury trial. If you don't have those three things, you're going to lose a substantial amount of points. The purpose of this is just to get you thinking about how to put one together. This isn't litigation class. You will do this in much more depth in that class, but it is to give you exposure to this process, and then I'll go through and critique them and get them back to you. You may, in your own you may, if you choose, go online or go to Westlaw and pull up some more form complaints to get a little better sense, maybe get some more examples. But when you're producing documents in a firm, oftentimes this is what you're going to have to do. You need a motion, so you find a few samples out there, and then you create your own that seems to be consistent with those that you have found. Read the fact pattern. If you've done your reading in the book on negligence, which hopefully you have at this point, because that would have been 2 weeks ago, you should be up to speed on the elements, and then make sure you link the facts to those elements as a part of your complaint. It's due Sunday, and other than that, I think you should be fine. The writing assignments and the internet inquiries so far have been very good. I'm currently in the process of grading the writing assignment, dealing with the train company, and the 6 or 7 I've gotten through, I thought the analysis on them have been exceptional, so I think you all will be fine doing this assignment. The rest of the writing assignments should be graded probably by tomorrow at the latest. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or call me. Thank you. Have a good week.